Right now it's the middle of January. I'm standing in front of our 80 by 20 foot greenhouse. We have a crop inside. This is our second time through winter and we heat completely with wood. I'd like to show you guys how to do that and give some thoughts about how it's been working and how we might be able to do some things better. So let's go check it out. The crop that we have inside the greenhouse is called Heliochrysum. It's used for hydrosols and essential oils. And if we can keep inside here from freezing, then we can keep those plants from going dormant, and it allows us to get 2 cuttings a year, which really helps pay for things. We use a wood fire boiler, which is very convenient. We keep the wood in the woodshed there, and we run a short line into the greenhouse where we have an exchanger for the water, and that hot air is blown throughout the rest of the greenhouse. Overhead, you can see the position of the boiler to the greenhouse to the house, with underground lines going to each, so we heat both places at once. We have the central boiler 760, which more than has enough capacity for heating these 2 structures. It's very easy to load. It has a ginormous wood box, and underneath it has a reburn chamber, which burns those gases and gets a lot more heat out of it, making it more efficient. On the side, there's a panel for access to our 2 circuits, with a pump going out to each of the exchanges, and then the return water coming back after it's taken the heat out of it, and then that gets reheated. You can set the temperature, and you have complete control over this over your phone. That's a quick look at the display on my phone. And then here's the look at the thermostats that I have for both the greenhouse and the house. And what is so convenient is that I can adjust both of these, set the set point, I can check what the current temperature is at any given time, and it just gives you complete control over what's going on. Inside the greenhouse, you can see the lines coming out of the ground going up to the heat exchanger. This basically works like a big radiator. The water pumps through, gets it really hot, and then there's a blower behind it that will blow air through. That air gets heated, it steals the heat from the water, and goes into the greenhouse. Here's a look at the thermostat out in the greenhouse. You can adjust it here or from the phone, whatever you choose. You may have noticed that there's some plastic hanging down. That's something I decided to try this winter. We put it up in the fall to try to lessen the amount of total space that we're heating. So it's a drop ceiling. I'll take it down in the spring. And we've had a significantly colder winter this year than last year, and we're going through quite a bit less wood. So far I think it's making a real difference. It's always smart to have a backup plan in case whatever your primary heat source is fails. We have a kerosene heater, and we wired in a thermostat that'll kick on at 35 degrees. So if for whatever reason our fire goes out or something like that, then this will kick on and keep it from freezing inside here. We did have this kick on when we had some -20 temps, so even if you just need a little bit of a boost, it's good for that too. If you see here, we have a little bit of skirting that goes all the way around. This is something that I want to address next year with 2 different ideas. One is I have some thick rubber mat that I'm going to just run around the inside to keep it from coming on the inside, and then on the outside I think I'll have a drop down tarp or something to completely cover the door. It's not helpful. We just had, about a month ago, some -20 degree temps, and that cold air can seep through those cracks and can be pretty devastating for anything inside. So you got to really be careful about that. We've really been happy with the boiler, and it's been super consistent and reliable. We can monitor it from our phones. One of the downsides, though, is it's pretty expensive to get into. It takes a little bit to set up, but if you're making some money off of what you're growing in your greenhouse, or you really you want to be able to utilize the resources that you have around us. Like for us, that's wood. You don't want to pay for propane or some other more expensive way. Then it's a great way to go, and we recommend it for sure. Hope you found the video helpful. We'll see you guys next time.